morning. Welcome po sa press briefing ni Presidential Spokesperson Ernesto Abella. I'm sorry, sir.
That's the matter.
I'm sorry.
All right.
Yes, sir. Do you have any
All right. Good
statements?
morning. I'd like to begin by stating a few points. We'd like to make reference to people's concerns about martial law. There is no need to worry about martial law. As President Rodrigo Duterte has said, I want to make specific changes without having to do martial law. Pangalawa po, it's about the coming FM burial. There is no definite date as of now. And the only ceremonies that are certain is that he will be accorded ceremonies fitting a president. Regarding also emergency powers, the emergency powers that being requested are not absolute and limited only to traffic, and we can trust that the president will not go beyond, as he himself has encouraged the FOI. Also, lastly, regarding the Goldberg statements, this is to assure each and everyone that the Philippine-U.S. alliance remains strong. That's about it.
Okay, first question will come from Dexter Ganibe, DCMM.
Hi, Shek. Good morning.
Good morning.
How are you, sir, after the incident last night?
All right. I'm great. I'm actually surprised that it got into the news. But it was an interesting ride. It can happen anytime. And so, but on the whole, I'm good. Everybody's good.
Okay. Dexter, you have other issue?
Sir, may mga bagong appointments daw. PCSO, National Youth Commission. Any confirmation? Sa mga
There are no
cases?
confirmations yet.
Okay, Laila Salaverio. Microphone, please.
Good morning, sir.
Yes.
Will the government apologize for the president's remarks on Ambassador Goldberg? Because the U.S. wants an explanation from our Charge d'Affaires on his comments.
The explanations have been made. The explanations have been properly made. Next.
That's it, sir. What exactly, sir? What is the explanation for calling the ambassador gay?
First and foremost, it was not meant to be a public statement. It was really addressed to a certain audience, and the comments are confined specifically to that audience. And Charge d'Affaires already made proper explanations to the State Department.
Sir, just to clarify, so no apology. Are you saying no apology is necessary?
I'm saying that he went and explained. Thank
Okay,
you.
may follow up. Other issue? Giovanni Niles, Philippine Star.
Yes, sir. Good morning, sir. Just this morning, sir, Basta Duterte has posted on his Facebook something about the first 50 days and breaking the first 100 days tradition. What exactly do we expect from the first 50 days of the president, sir?
Already, I think it has unfolded. No, it has unrolled. It has rolled out. All these things that have been happening are part of the first 50 days.
Will there be a state again, a state of the sort of a state of
all
the
right.
nation address?
It's a. I'm not sure if I'm ready to talk about it, but it's basically a short presentation, that documents the accomplishments of the president during the first 50 days.
And then on the 100th day, we wouldn't be expecting anything now.
Let's see what happens.
Okay.
Follow up, Dexter Ganibe.
Sec, follow up lang dun sa question.
Yes.
Ano po yung mga highlights na may pagmamalaki ng Duterte administration sa first 50 days?
Well, there's the FOI for one, and the addressing of the drug situation, and the addressing the traffic situation. You know, let's watch for it. It's going to be pretty exciting.
Follow-up question, other issue. Benji Liwanag.
Yes.
Sir, good morning.
Po.
Sir, dun sa tatlong sinabi ninyo, which is FOI, drugs, and traffic for the first 50 days, dun ba sa short message na ipapakita, will the President also talk or there will be someone that would annotate what the
Someone
President...
will be annotating.
Okay, and it will be aired on PTV or it will be aired, or we can get...
Everybody will be able to have access to it. You will have access to
Okay,
it.
at night or morning? Or
Let's wait for the
okay.
cha-cha-chang, like that.
Yeah. It was directed also by...
All right. I'm not
somebody's
familiar with the
reacting.
somebody from PTV,
It's
Yeah.
from PTV. It's not RTVM.
RTVM. They're quite related. Okay.
Okay, thank you very much.
Thank you.
May follow-up question, other issue, Miss UNTV?
Good morning, sir. Sir, tanong lang po namin regarding po dun sa listahan ng mga LGU officials with untainted reputation with
Yes.
regards to illegal drugs, sir. Pwede pong malaman kung saan po ito nakabase and meron po bang gagawin na special o privilege na ibibigay para sa kanila or any incentives dahil nakabilang sila doon at nasa ilan po ito, sir?
First and foremost, I doubt if there'll be any incentives given for doing what was their job anyway, or for not doing what they ought not to have been doing. So, but basically, the list is going to be based on intelligence reports, and which have been duly validated.
Mas mauuna po ba itong i-release kaysa dun sa second list po ng narco list?
Hindi ko po sigurado yan.
Follow-up question about drugs? Other issue? About drugs, no more? Other issue? Drugs. Okay, Benji Liwanag?
Sir, on drugs again, but this time for the Philippine National Police and the Armed Forces of the Philippines, palagi pong sinasabi ng Pangulo na tataas na yung sweldo nung matatanggap na nila, which is 40% or something by the PNP, for the PNP and for the military. But ang sabi po ni Secretary Jokno, wala pang pondo for that. May alam po ba kayo? Can you explain to us?
I think it was already explained some time ago that it will be incremental. The raises will be incremental.
Until the end of the year. That would be
I don't know if it will be incremental until such time as the campaign promises are fulfilled.
Thank you again. Thank you, sir.
Follow-up or other issue? Marlon or Alexis? Marlon Ramos? Marlon.
In previous speeches of the President, he is obviously impatient dun sa our tedious judicial process. He was saying na after you file the case against a drug suspect, then magkakaroon ng PI. If that personality would be convicted, it would take probably more than 2 years. Then aakyat pa hanggang Supreme Court. Is the President now suggesting a circumvention or he wants a shortcut dun sa ating judicial process, considering that he's a lawyer?
No, it's not so much. It's not a circumvention so much as a shortening of the process, because considering the fact that already there are 600,000 surrenderies approximately, so he's simply facilitating the whole process by encouraging those who have already been considered as persons of interest to be able to come up and explain themselves.
Isn't that dangerous, sir? When you have a president, when you have the highest elected official in the country, the most powerful man in the country, telling the people na masyadong mahaba tong proseso, magkaroon tayo ng shortcut.
Simply because from experience, he has known that the process really takes quite some time, and really we really live in extraordinary times. It's extraordinary. 600,000 people surrendering. Isn't that amazing? So this is where he's coming from. Nobody really knew the depth and width and breadth of the drug situation. And now he's trying to facilitate the whole thing. So I think exactly the opposite. I think we should appreciate the fact that he's calling our attention to it. And it's not, by the way, an accusation. Simply is to say that, like I said, it's an ample warning saying that your name is on the list and for you to clear.
Isn't that dangerous, sir, na nag-shortcut tayo dun sa lawful process?
it's not a shortcut. There's no lawful process being shortcut here. He's simply saying that these are persons of interest, and that these persons of interest, considering the depth, the breadth, the width of the problem, should now come and make a proper representation of their situation, of their own personal cases, considering the fact that the persons of interest being referred to here are coming from all sections of government, all sections. So these are really extraordinary times, and again, like I say, it demands an extraordinary action.
So regarding the 600,000 individuals who have yielded to authorities, ano pong ginagawa ng gobyerno sa kanila?
Meron po. It will be unrolled in a little while, in a few days. There'll be indications of what's being done, but it is all being addressed.
I'm asking that, sir, because several of those personalities, according to their families, were killed after they submitted themselves for investigation sa local police.
So I'm sure, again, if you remember right, during the last briefing, the NAPOLCOM has already asked PNP to address these questions,
Okay, thank
to
you,
do the investigations. Thank you.
Thank you, Marlon. Alexis Romero, Philippine Star, to be followed by Ann Josie, and then Philippines, and then Benji Liwanag.
Secretary. Hello. Secretary,
Yes.
Quezon City Mayor Herbert Bautista just released a statement saying he will join the government panel who will talk to the NDF. Could you confirm this?
Do we have any confirmation? No, we don't have any confirmation regarding that.
No confirmation.
No confirmation.
And in the same statement, he said he's interested to join the panel that will talk to China regarding the South China Sea. What do you
Probably
say
these
to
are his intentions, but as of now, there are no clear official affirmations.
So no confirmation yet whether the president will allow him to join the China team?
None.
None yet. Thank you.
Okay, Anjo?
Hi, sir.
Yes.
So I'll just like to go back to your first statement earlier that there's no need to worry about martial law, sir. So is that an assurance that the president will never declare martial law in his 6-year term?
Based on results, based on his past statements, this is what he has said. Okay, that there is no need presently to do so. Thank you. Yeah.
Okay, Benji Liwanag?
Sir, I'd just like to get some clarification
Yes.
of the Philippine ambassador to US. Pinatawag siya because of the gay statement or the illegal drugs?
No, it was the Charge d'Affaires, no? That was
It was yes, sir.
All right.
The Charge d'Affaires. So, is it with the
to
illegal
clarify
drugs?
certain statements that the president has said. Yes.
Okay, so it's Goldberg and not with illegal drugs.
No, this. Yeah, the statements. Yes. Okay.
Okay. Thank you
Okay,
very
thank
much.
you,
sir.
Benji. Alexis?
Follow up lang dun sa illegal drugs because the president said it's impossible to issue warrants to 600,000 people. That was in response to Chief Justice Sereno's statement. But hindi ba wrong premise yung statement ni Presidente considering that the Chief Justice was just referring to the 7 judges tagged in the illegal drugs trade and not the 600,000. Pero yung sinagot ni President Duterte was referring to 600,000 people, drug personalities. Hindi ba wrong premise yung sagot niya kay CJ?
He was giving the context, right? The 7 is in the context of the 600,000. Excuse me.
Okay, after magka-question, no more? Ibang issue, okay. After Alexis.
I'm sorry. I apologize.
Okay, Sek.
Okay. Yes.
Pero Sek, kasi iba naman yung mag-i-issue ka ng warrants against 7 people versus 600,000. So talagang mas mahirap yung 600,000 compared sa 7.
Like I said, Mr. Romero, the 7 is in context of the 600,000. So in other words, he's looking at it inclusively. Tama?
Pero mas posible mag-issue ng warrant against 7 versus...
I suppose so, but it's his call.
Okay,
Okay.
Laila?
Sir, on the Marcos burial, we have a law recognizing the abuses against martial law victims and
Yes.
providing reparation for them. Isn't the palace concerned that the burial of the late dictator at the libingan ng mga bayani will dilute the essence of this law?
Of the law.
Yes.
Okay. Well, as far as the burial is concerned, from PRRD's perspective and his basis is the fact that FM was a past president, and that is what is being given consideration for. So it does not have any reference to other. He's not making any reference to the dilution of any law.
But sir, how will the palace address the implication of the burial, like the possible distortion or whitewashing of history?
Those are okay. First and foremost, those are two different levels. We're talking about historical perspectives and talking about something that is being done based on a presidential decision based on law. So they're not necessarily contradictory. Not necessarily contradictory as far as PRRD is concerned.
So how is the palace now taking suggestions to change the name of the cemetery to, more accurately reflect what will happen?
At iba pa? No, let's put it this way. We're all going through certain times, interesting times, as they would say. So we just have to take it step by step.
Okay, thank you. No more questions.
Yes.
Raymond Tinasa, Bombo Radyo.
Thank you. Sir, follow-up lang kay talong ni Benji. Sir, with the gay remarks of the president now being so played up with the U.S. media, do you think this will not in any way affect the friendship and the alliance between the Philippines and the U.S.?
The president yesterday made a statement that the alliance remains strong. The Philippine-U.S. alliance remains strong.
Sir,
Will he apologize or retract his words, or will he stand with what he has said?
As I said earlier, the Chargé d'Affaires went and made representation for the president, and they have already explained their situation.
So all is okay now.
I assume.
Thank you.
okay, can you take one last question?
One more question.
Yes, Giovanni Niles.
Yes, sir. Any lang po, sir, follow-up or maybe ano na pong nangyayari dun sa move natin to repatriate our OFWs from Saudi Arabia?
As far as I know, the process is ongoing. It's ongoing. I don't have the details right now, but it has already been addressed. I think Secretary Bello is on top of the situation.
So, nandoon na po sila, sir?
Ano po?
Nasa Saudi Arabia na po sila, sir? Or
Sino po?
papunta pa lang po?
Hindi ko po alam kung exactly where they are at this stage, but si Secretary Bello po ang in charge ng kaganapang yon.
Okay. Sir, may last question if you like.
Sige po.
Si Marlon Ramos.
Yes.
I hope
You said-
last question.
No, it's okay.
So you
Sure.
said previously that the president is, according to your words, deeply and profoundly concerned about the drug killings,
Yes.
lalo na yung vigilante killings. Will we ever hear the president himself condemn these killings?
Condemn which killings?
Yung
Again and again, he has said,
drug killings.
okay, let me say, first and foremost, the president has never ordered extrajudicial killings. Never ordered that. But he is deeply concerned about the deaths, deeply concerned about what's happening.
Pero magsasalita ba siya mismo? Will,
He has made statements again and again, hindi ba?
condemning the killings?
And he said he has never ordered those things. And he said he pinapaimbestiga and stuff like that. And not stuff, but pinapaimbestiga.
Okay, thank you. Thank you, Presidential Spokesperson Abella. Again, my apology. Thank you, Malacanang Press Corps. Back to our main studio sa Radyo ng Bayan
Maraming
at
thanks.
PTV.
Thank you very much.